Hello everyone, welcome to our channel of TJ Comments and Responses. I hope you are all doing well. In this new video, we are going to prepare for the Be Better Teachers section for the week of July 1st to 7th. I hope this will be of great help to many of you. Let's get started. Well, let's begin with perseverance, what Paul did. Analysis with the audience. Question 1. Even though some did not listen to his message, how do we know that Paul did not give up? We know that Paul did not give up because, despite the opposition and some not listening to his message, he continued his work by preaching in another place. When he realized that some were becoming hardened and speaking injuriously about the way, Paul did not stop preaching but changed his strategy. He withdrew from the synagogue and began giving talks at the school auditorium of Tyrannus. This change demonstrates his determination and perseverance in his mission to preach the kingdom of God. Additional comments. Paul demonstrated great persistence in his mission to preach the gospel. Despite the opposition and rejection, he continued to seek ways to reach interested people. His move to the school of Tyrannus shows his willingness to find a more receptive environment for his message. By separating the disciples and continuing to teach them daily, Paul showed a strong commitment to those willing to learn. He did not let the resistance of some stop his work with those who were receptive and interested in the message of the kingdom of God. Question 2. How often did Paul speak with those who were interested, and for how long did he do so? Paul spoke with those who were interested every day. According to verse 9, he gave talks day by day at the school of Tyrannus. He did this for 2 whole years, indicating a constant and ongoing dedication to his teaching work. Additional comments. Paul spoke with interested individuals every day. This level of frequency indicates total dedication and continuous effort to educate and strengthen the faith of new believers. His daily consistency would have provided constant support and a regular opportunity for the disciples to learn and grow in their faith. For 2 years, Paul continued his work at the school of Tyrannus. This prolonged duration allowed a large number of people in the province of Asia to hear the message of the Lord. Extending his daily teaching for 2 years shows the depth of his commitment and patience in the ministry. Question 3. What do we learn from Paul's example? From Paul's example, we learn the importance of perseverance and adaptability in preaching and teaching. Despite the opposition and refusal of some to accept his message, Paul did not become discouraged or abandon his mission. Instead, he sought other means and places to continue his work. His example teaches us to remain firm and dedicated in our efforts, even in the face of adversity, and to look for new ways to reach others when we encounter obstacles. Additional comments. Paul teaches us the importance of resilience. When we face rejection or difficulties in our own missions or projects, his example encourages us not to give up but to seek new strategies and environments where our work can be more effective. The fact that Paul changed his teaching location to the school of Tyrannus teaches us the importance of being adaptable. Sometimes, changing our focus or method may be necessary to continue advancing our goals. Adaptability can open new opportunities and allow us to reach more people. Now let's move on to perseverance. Imitate Paul. Analysis with the audience based on the brochure A Work of Love Lesson 7.3-5 and see also. Question 1. According to the text, how can you adapt your schedule to that of the other person? Answer. You can ask, when are you available to talk with me, and, where would you like us to meet? Additionally, you must be willing to revisit the person even if it is not the best time for you. Question 2. Why is it important to ask the person when they can speak again? Answer. It is important to ask when they can speak again to set an appointment and ensure you don't miss it. This shows interest and respect for the other person's time and facilitates better communication and follow-up. Question 3. What advice does the text give about not giving up? Answer. The text advises not to assume the person is not interested just because it is difficult to find them at home or because they are very busy. It recommends being persistent and continuing to try to contact the person, making sure to use the time well. Question 4. What example of love and perseverance is mentioned in 1 Corinthians 13:4-7? 1 Corinthians 13:4-7 mentions that love is patient and kind, does not get irritated, and does not hold a grudge. It also states that love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. This verse highlights the importance of perseverance and patience in our interactions with others. See also Acts 10:42. This verse emphasizes that the command to preach and testify is not limited to a specific group but extends to all peoples. This underscores the importance of inclusiveness in preaching. The fact that Jesus is the judge of the living and the dead adds a sense of responsibility and urgency to the task of preaching, motivating the disciples to persevere in their mission despite the challenges. 1 Corinthians 9:22-23. Paul shows his willingness to adapt to the circumstances and needs of different people. This flexibility is crucial for reaching a diverse audience and maximizing the impact of his message. By doing all things for the sake of the good news, Paul demonstrates his willingness to sacrifice his own preferences and comforts for the sake of others. This teaches us to put the needs of others above our own in our efforts to help and teach. 2 Corinthians 4:1. The mercy that God has shown to believers is a constant source of motivation not to give up. Remembering the grace and mercy received can strengthen us to continue our work with encouragement and dedication. Recognizing that the ministry is a gift and a responsibility entrusted to us can help us value and persevere in our tasks, even when we face difficulties. Galatians 6:9. This verse emphasizes that perseverance in doing good is essential. Although results may not be immediate, there is a promise of harvest if we do not give up, encouraging us to keep moving forward with perseverance. It teaches us to have a long-term perspective and to trust that our efforts will bear fruit at the right time. This can help us stay motivated and not become discouraged when we don't see immediate results. Well, those were the examples of presentations for the Be Better Teachers section this week. I hope they are very helpful to you, my dear brothers and sisters. I send you a big hug, and may Jehovah bless and protect you always.